It's been a while. We're adjusting to 2 under 2, and that's what this video is going to all be about. Life with 2 kids. But first,
we're going to talk about Lovevery. So we were working with, or Lovevery reached out to us to do kind of like a review of their Lovevery boxes, and so we got one for Dakotas, and he got the 18 to 20 month box, or 21 month, I think it's like a 3-month thing, and then Jay Lee got the 0 to 3 month box. And so in the boxes the boxes are really nice. Like they're actually some pretty big boxes, and then the toys are like all wooden and more like Montessori based. So the toys, honestly, Dakotas is really interested in like pouring cups, like water, things like that, and there are like quite a few different toys. And I would say for Dakotas, it kind of like keeps him entertained. So he is pretty independent anyways, and he likes to like play with things by himself. And so those toys were really great. They're not like making those noises. So as like a mom of 2 right now, I'm easily overstimulated. So a toy that does not like make a ton of noise is really great. So yeah, we love them. They're great. And anyways, back to 2 under 2.
So I think it's really about like, how are you adjusting? How am I adjusting? Kind of breaking that thing up, because you're back at work fully and I'm back to work fully.
Let's go with you first.
Me first. So we're going on week 3 now with 2 under 2, and the first week was rough, like bad. Everything just, I was over it. Tabby works really long hours, and I just can't get much of anything done. Before with Dakotas, I had little spurts, right? Like it'd be an hour here, maybe an hour, maybe 2 hours here and there, and it was like so structured. And so I was still able to work, put up videos, create content, and do these things. And so I was still being fulfilled in that way and growing our things. And so I had this like really good system. And then now with Jay Lee, I realized how much that system is thrown off, because like when he goes down for his naps, she's staying up, and just vice versa. So then it becomes like I'm only getting like a couple minutes at a time to myself, or I have to like hold her, and then making bottles takes forever. I completely forgot about like the process of making bottles, and how just
he's warming up breast milk.
Tedious everything was, and it's just, yeah, it's a whole extra step that I haven't done in a minute. And so doing that and trying to make sure she's fed. You gonna touch the camera? Or are you gonna come back over here? Don't do it. Don't do it. Hey, come here. Dakotas. You can talk.
Okay. Anyways, so not only has it been a big adjustment for Avery, it has been a huge adjustment for myself. I knew it was going to be hard going back to work. Come here. But I guess I knew it was going to be hard. Is it harder than I thought? Yeah. And I thought it was going to be pretty hard. So I work a lot. Like I won't get home. We'll leave the house about 8 o'clock in the morning, and I won't get home till like 10:30 sometimes. And that's a on average thing too. So it's not like a random night I get home at that time. It's unfortunately quite a bit. So it is a huge adjustment for me. I've been coming home for lunches, so that has been really helpful. Just like feed Jaylee, because when you have a brand new baby and you go 14 hours without seeing her, it's hard on everyone. So and that's a really long time to have a brand new baby and not see him for that long. And so yeah, it's been really hard, but I think it's gonna get better. Things will get better, things are gonna change, and Avery's been holding down the fort.
Fort been blowing over. So yeah, the first week was rough. Like I was really frustrated. A lot of internal, so like when I can't accomplish something, I don't feel like outside of just like being a dad. That's when I start to get frustrated, when I feel very stagnant in my growth as a creator or putting out content, connecting with you all, and different things like that. When something's hindering that, I start to get really frustrated. And so now it's like I don't have like any time to do anything. And so I'm trying to adjust to that and like figure out the best solution for this time period. And the second week was definitely a lot better. I felt myself getting into more of a rhythm and finding and picking spots where it's like, oh, like this will be a good time for me to work, or I'm capable to do this. And so that is good. I think as like anybody else going through this situation, I think it's just more about being patient with yourself and knowing it's going to take some time to figure your thing out, your family thing out, and these dynamics. Because it does change and it is frustrating, and you can feel really stagnant. So before we've always communicated really well, and now we talk through a lot of stuff and frustrations. I am really thankful now Tabby's not asking me questions about Jay Lee or their day and stuff like that, because I think that's super annoying. If you're a stay-at-home parent, I think like, at least for dads, or at least for me, they don't do much. And I don't want to talk about their day after I've spent the whole day with them. And so that's been nice. It's like I'm not like worrying about like talking about her day and like what they did and whatever.
How many times they pooped?
Yeah, Taboo, she still kind of asks me them questions, and I'm like, stop. I don't care how many times she poops, and I can't keep track because I'm trying to keep track of a lot of other things. But yeah, it's getting better. I think my biggest advice is be patient. We're trying to get through it. I think I have a clip of me filming myself on my phone. I don't remember what was going on. I know I was frustrated. I don't remember what was going on. I'll insert it. But yeah, how are you doing?
I think also like things that have been like really helpful for us is like rhythm or routine. So that was really helpful for us when we were like initially adjusting to 202 and just in general. So we try to get Dakotas out on a walk in the morning, first thing after we've had breakfast. And that we've done that since we moved to Houston. So keeping that kind of the same for him, like he knows when we're going to go on a walk, what way we're going. And if we're not going that way, he gets frustrated. So he is very aware of like our routine, our rhythm, and those things are really important for him, just to get him outside too. But that has been helpful, I think, just to kind of help him adjust so that some things are predictable, because with his sister, it could be completely unpredictable.
Yeah, I think the other thing that I wanted to touch on, and I think this is different for probably everybody and stuff, but how I like prioritize needs, it's like my needs are first. And I think Tabby does like the kids' needs first, and then some other needs, and then her needs. The way that I found most successful with one kid and the way that I will find success with two kids is putting me absolutely first. Like they are very, very second. Because if I'm not healthy and I'm not like patient, or I'm not calm, or I'm not like settled, then they're not going to be any of those things either. And so there will always be this tension of like, well, Dakotas needs something, and then Jay Lee needs something, and I need something. If it is something that could actually wait for both of them, or whatever it is, I'm going to slowly do what I need to do, or take care of like just one of them, and then I will get to the other one.
Give an example.
An example of that would be, it's usually like in the evenings, like it could be dinner. So for me, I'm cooking dinner. Dakotas is probably watching TV or like running around doing something. And then Jay Lee is sitting in her rocker. She doesn't really like me like holding her. Like when I strap her on, she typically cries or complains or whatever. And so I just don't do that. Don't worry about it. So she might start crying and I'm cooking food and trying to finish that, I am not going to like prioritize picking her up because I still have to cook the food, and then I still have to give Dakotas the food because then Dakotas is getting fussy because he's hungry. And so that's one of the times where I'm like, nah, I'm like, yo, I'm gonna finish this food. Then I'm gonna give Dakotas the food. Then I can hold Jay Lee. Or it will be like our bedtime routine of like, if Dakotas is like tired, fussing, ready to go to bed, I will prioritize cleaning up before I put him to bed because I know it's gonna be something that I have to do for my clarity and just the house needs to be clean. Like it has to happen. And if I wait to clean it after I've put him down, I risk me waking him up, cleaning up. So now I'm more frustrated because I'm like backtracking. So I spent so much time going ahead and putting him down, and now I'm starting to clean up, but then I got to start all the way over because he wakes up or is in bed. And so that's one of them times like, man, you can be mad, cry, whatever, all you want. Like, I do not care. I got to do this first. Then we can put you down. Then we can do the next thing. And so I would highly recommend, or what's most successful for me right now, and as we get into our rhythm, is like prioritizing myself, my health, and like doing those things so I can take care of them well. Yeah.
That's good.
Is that it?
That's it.
Dakotas. There's a part in the last video where Dakotas was hitting Jay Lee.
Yeah.
Yeah, that just happens like all the time. And then there's
all the time.
Happens all the time. You got to watch out for him. And then there's other times, the other half of the time, he's like trying to hug on her and kiss her and be all up in her face and rock her, etc. It's like a healthy 50-50 split. Like sometimes he's gonna throw something, another time he's gonna try to kiss her. It's gonna be interesting to see them as she gets older and can defend herself.
And to all the people on TikTok that didn't like that, he smacked her in the face. I promise it was out of love.
I promise, freak y'all TikTok people. I don't care. Yo, that is life with kids. 202. If it's not your life, it's not your life. But our life, hey, I can't stop every hit. I'm just being real.
Tell him, Bubba. Tell him. You say bye? No? You watch Miss Rachel?
All right, guys, we are out. That is life with 2 under 2.
Say bye.
And I promise we're going to get into a better system. We're going to post more, and I'm excited for that.
There's some exciting things coming.
There's a lot of things coming, and so, yeah, just stay tuned.
We out.
Ugh.